Hi, this is Dragon Samurai 300. Today, I am going to give you a series of different episodes, starting with episode 1 of World of Warcraft Culture 101. Starting off, I will give you a brief history as well as some good cultural info about the ever-growingly popular Night Elves. The Night Elves were the first of the many races on World of Warcraft to be introduced in the history of Azeroth. Night Elves were very nature based and basically they loved the environment and they were often visited by demigods such as Cenarius and his many children. Dragons also found the Night Elf race very interesting, and therefore began making some interactions with them, and granted them a very special gift, the Well of Eternity. From this well, the Night Elves began to prosper more. They were gifted with a near perfect immortality like state. In doing this, they are nearly immortal, and they have tend to have a very long lifespan. Only known way as far as most people are concerned as to how they die is if they're killed, or if they die from illness, or stay in the Emerald Dream for too long. An average night elf adult can get to be about 7 foot tall. The Highborn, however, they're leading group of elders who stayed with them for the longest time before the Burning Crusade. It ranged from 8 to 10 feet tall. Ashahara, who was their queen, uh, believed in perfect beauty, as she kept had her servants keep her beautiful and perfect forever, at least until the Burning Crusade issue came into play. At first, the Night Elves welcomed the demons of the Burning Legion, or Burning Crusade, as they're known in the second part to the World of Warcraft game series, as well as book series. And so, the Night Elves welcomed the demons, they worshipped them as gods. However, Malfurion Stormrange and Tyrant's Whisperwind were a bit wary of the demons. They didn't know if the demons were going to betray the Night Elves or not. Later, Malfurion and Tyrant encounter a new creature, one that they have never seen before. And so this creature turned out to be an orc who somehow managed to get swallowed up into the past, along with a human named Rowan, who is a mage, as well as Kyrus or Kraus, as depending on how you want to pronounce it, a dragon mage who helped Rowan in multiple times. Uh, and so they helped the Night Elves realize that the demons that they so willingly worshipped were actually there to destroy all life as we know it. And with the Night Elves now in full awareness, they try to start a war with the Burning Legion. And so they fight for various months and eventually succeed. However, the Highborn refuse to let go of their demon gods, and so they try to bring them back. And so, doing so, Malfurion and Tyran start a war against the Highborn. Later, they manage to succeed and just barely stopping the demon lord Sagras from entering the world of the living. But Illidan, who is Malfurion's twin brother, did not want the demons to go, and he did not want to have to give up magic because the demons were using the Well of Eternity as a portal into the world of the living. And so, Malfurion, with the aid of Cenarius and the elder mage Creus, sought to destroy the Well of Eternity. And so they do, use with the aid some extra aid from the dragons, including Alistreza, the Dragon Queen, as well as the Bringer of Life. And so the Highborn go into exile to start a life of their own. As for their the Night Elf culture, since I am through explaining the brief history, Night Elves often do greet each other by calling each other brother or sister, depending on whom they're talking to. Women of the Night Elf race are often treated with way more respect than the men because the women have more duties than the men do. The women often got the more important jobs, such as the moon guards, sentinels, priestesses, as well as a new queen of the Night Elves, Tyrande Whisperwind, is now in charge of the Night Elf race. Most of the time, the males of the Night Elf race are usually put in charge of being druids, hunters, sometimes warrior, and along with rogues. Male Night Elves are also in charge of gathering information from enemy forces, which involves a lot of spying, undercover business, as well as having to disguise themselves as an enemy and try to get information that way. Night elves are very in tune with nature, and as a matter of fact, their very home's capital is built on top of a giant tree, and their village is built within on the different avenues of this tree, which is sitting atop what was once the Well of Eternity. Because the reason why this great big tree is there in the first place is because the Night Elves were given a special acorn, which was created and provided by Alexstrasza, the Dragon Queen. And so, the acorn instantly grew into a giant tree, due to the fact that the acorn was placed within its magic waters of the Well of Eternity. Night elves are often get all of their food and supplies from nature. Their clothing is often made from animal skins, pelts, and leather they weave from different plants and animal hairs. And also, they often depend on animals and plants in the wild for food. Their often specialty dishes include mutton, saber-tooth cat steaks, clam chowder, and drumsticks from the local big birds and stuff that you can find locally in the different homelands of the Night Elves. And they also will use different herbs and vegetables, fruits they find around the forests. They will use these to make a very delicate kind of soup, which is talked about in the first World of Warcraft chapter book, where the ancients ancient archive, which is one of the things that Tyrant first offered Brox Agar, aka the orc who is from the future. And so, Night Sabers are also the Night Elves' favored mount. It makes it easier to get around in the difficult terrain in the forest. Night Elves love to hunt. The harder the prey, the more determined they get. And Night Elves are primarily nocturnal. They are weakened during the day, but their stats are incredible at night. And also, there's the fact that night elves do eat in proportions. They do not eat too much or too little. They try to keep their nutrition in check. And night elves are very cautious when it comes to encountering a new race or creature they have never seen before. They often treat any new forms of life with caution, and if it is humanoid like in any way, they will act to defend themselves in any way necessary if they are provoked. As talked about in the book Warcraft, Ancient Archive, the War of the Ancients. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, Roxagar, aka the orc from the future, wound up coming into Night Elf territory without knowing. And so the Night Elf spotted him ahead of time, before he even came within the village limits. And so they started after him. Several hunters on Night Sabers and a few druids who are stealthily following within the forest boundaries through the trees and other means of necessary. As soon as the hunters cornered Broxigar, the druids used their different spells to incapacitate Broxigar and rendering him helpless, and so they captured him. Which goes to show you that night elves will do just about anything they can to protect their families, their home, anything they care about. And also, like I said in one of my previous videos, a lot of the best classes for the night elves would be priest, druid, and hunter. And also, as for what happened to the highborn, they later became what we now know as blood elves, except for Ashara and her chambermaids, as well as her bodyguards. They, however, did not survive the trip to their new home in Quel'Thalas, or the Silver Moon City, which is the Blood Elf home capital. Later, Ashara and her chambermaids wound up becoming what we now know as the Naga. The Nagas are a very aggressive aquatic race. They are not playable as races for World of Warcraft, but they are enemies you can fight. And some of them have special powers and can be a real handful. And so far, that is as much as I know of the Night Elf culture. In my next episode, I'll talk a bit more about another culture or for a different race as soon as I find more information. Please subscribe. Leave me any comments telling me about what you thought of this video and any recommendations from the next episode.